All right, so today is all about solving system of equations, and specifically when you are presented with a system of equations, in other words, like a parabola and a line, or as we'll see maybe tomorrow or later today, a circle and a line. It's all about finding those POIs. And check it out. Here we've got a graph of a parabola and a line. Those are some nice POAs, right? POIs, points of intersection. On your sheet that we handed out today, what are these 2 points? Check out this sheet and try and read them. There's a graph there. You could count them off. Tell me, what are those 2 coordinates? -1, 3, what else? And 3, 3. Do you see them on the sheet? Right? That's the answer to it. It's that easy. Guys, of course it's not that easy forever in here. It never is. So if you're not presented with a graph, but instead you're presented with 2 equations, one possible strategy that you have for solving them is using your calculator. And here are the following steps that you should use. So we're gonna use our calculators now to solve this problem. So what do I mean? Take these 2 equations, enter them into the y equals screen. That means hitting y equals on your calculator and entering both of them in there. So x squared minus 2x minus 1. And the other one is going to be x plus 3. And then you just hit the graph button, and you should get a U-shaped curve that looks like this. And then you want to go find the points of intersection. So here's what you do. You do second trace. You go down to intersect. And then you go over to the point using the left and right button that you want. And then you hit enter 3 times. So one of the answers to this problem is -1, 2. Let's go find the other point. You have to do it all over again. Second, trace. You got to go down to intersect, and then you have to move the cursor all the way over to the other side. And then hit enter 3 times. And so 4, 7. That's the other answer. So here's the deal. Here's the deal. Question number 11 from the sheet. We're trying to solve this system of equations, right? You have to be, in order to use your calculator, it's got to be in y equals form. And what do I mean by that? I mean that take a look at the 2 equations we solved over here. They were both y equals. Now take a look at this. It's all messed up. So what do you think you have to do? You of course have to reorganize it so that it is in y equals form. So in this particular case, we're going to add y to each side, as Wayne has suggested. Wayne, you're a YouTube star now. How's that feel? Oh, California. Let's do the other one. I'll just put it up here. What do you think you got to do to this one? You got to subtract x from both sides. And then we're going to do the same thing as before. The same thing. Now you have 2 equations. We can enter them into our calculator. Right? -x squared minus 4x minus 2. Whoops. This doesn't really make a difference on what line you enter them in. Then what is the other one we got? We got -x, whoops, -x plus 4. And then here's what we're going to do. Check it out. Whoops. Oh, there's one of them. Uh-oh. Where did I mess up? Oh, it's plus 4. I messed up. Sorry about that. Right? There's the line. And there's the graph. And notice it's like real. You're not sure if it touches once or it touches twice, right? So we could zoom. We're going to zoom in. Hit the zoom button. Go over to zoom in. And then take this little, if you could see it, that little like plus sign looking thingy. You see me moving it back and forth? take that thing and position it where you want to zoom in on. So I want to zoom in right about over here, and then just hit enter. So you see it now? And it hits twice. Do me a favor now. Use the exact same techniques that I taught you to find the intersection using your own calculators. Second, trace, intersect. You go over near the point you want. You hit enter 3 times. One of the points of intersection is 2, 2. What's the other point of intersection? But let me show you. You agree or disagree? We messed up our window. It's all out of whack right now. In order to fix it, you have to hit the zoom button, and you have to zoom standard it. That automatically adjusts it back to the perfect 10 by 10 window. Oh my God. OMG. OMG. This one is messed up. What do we have to do? Got to cross multiply. Haven't done that? Yeah, me neither. Haven't done this in a while. Kind of missed out on it. I'm glad we're getting to do it now. Yeah, but that's a while for me. I haven't done it in a whole period. Okay? This is going to be plus 11x minus 12. I just foiled those real fast. And then I'm going to divide by 6, right? Divide both sides by 6. But here's what the funny thing I want you to see. When you enter this into your calculator, it's got to get entered in like this. In parentheses. So all the stuff in the top, in parentheses, divided by 6. So now that we got our answer, let's plug it into our calculators. Let's find the answer. So what do we got? We got x squared plus 11x minus 12 divided by 6. And then in the other line, what do we got? What's up? I'll fix that for you. Right? Shh. Hold on one second. Take a look. Now, we're not getting that perfect U shape like you've been seeing before, but is it necessary? Do we have all the pieces of information we need to solve this problem? Yeah. Guys, check out those POIs. Right here. Right here. They're beautiful, right? Got to find those. Go find them. There you go. That's the answer. Guys, guess what happens? If you see the following directions written on your paper, guess what you are? You're screwed. You're screwed. You're screwed. You better have that loose leaf, you know what I mean? That paper ready. Because this is a lot of work. This one's a lot of work. And here's the deal why. If you have two separate variables, it's impossible to try and figure them out. Maybe Dr. Diamond can do it, but most people, if there's an x and a y, it's hard to guess two random things at the same time. So somebody real smart came along and said, you know what? If only we could get it in terms of just x, then we could figure it out. And the very smart person also said, you know what? Guess what we're going to use? We're going to use substitution. And here's the deal. Do you see how all of this substance over here is equal to y? Do you see in the other equation there's a y? Sub it in right there. You learned about this a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. And then we just solve it. I'm sure it's bringing back memories of 9th grade, possibly 8th grade. Equals 1, right? Then you're going to take all of this quantity right here, and you're going to add it to the other side. Because whenever you need to solve stuff like this, you have to set it equal to 0. So what are the questions about? What kind of questions do you have? And so let's go a little further. Let's go a little further, right? Let's go a little further. We're going to factor this. That's going to be x plus 1, x plus 1. And then we're going to solve that. For both sides, and x is equal to -1. We solve that. And so you get the same answer, right? So I want you to see something. When you solve it algebraically, it's the same kind of problems, so you should get the same kind of answers. And notice this answer has an x and a y coordinate for its answer. You need a y coordinate that corresponds to this x. So sub back in and find y. That's what you have to do next. So let's go big screen, right? Take one of these. Now notice in this particular case, they are the same number, right? So you only really need to sub in once. You're going to get the same corresponding y value. Which one do you want to sub into, the top one or the bottom one? Do you think it makes a difference which one you sub into? Nope. Whoops. So y equals -3. But you're not done, because you can get in a lot of trouble if you leave your answer like that. Okay, a lot of trouble. I'll explain to you why. You need to write your answer down as a coordinate, just like in the other ones. Final answer? Final answer is going to be -1, -3. Right? And we're almost out of time for today, so I want to bring up the fact that if this had been 5, let's just suppose this one had been -1 and this one had been 5, guess what you would have had to do again? You would have had to sub back in 5 into one of these equations and find the value that corresponds to it also as well.